Hello, welcome. Hopefully this will be the first video that I put online. I've been wanting to start my YouTube channel for a very long time. Had YouTube since 2006, I think it was, and just never got around to actually setting up the channel and doing things. Many reasons why, but I'm not going to go into that. So yeah, basically I'm here to show you my world, to show you the things that I'm interested in, to share jokes, to get into the YouTube community. And yeah, hopefully it's a good journey, it's a long journey, hopefully it's a prosperous journey. I do know that you can be monetized because of YouTube in whatever way that comes. I also know that you've got the flip side of it. You're gonna have your haters, you're gonna have to have your comments, you might have to be guarded about what you say because obviously cancel culture now exists, and specifically I know I will have to watch my mouth because certain opinions YouTube might not like and will flag them down and cancel you or demonetize you or just do whatever it is. Because once you do have a channel and you do sign up to YouTube, there are certain little clauses that you don't quite get your chance to read in the small print, and even if you do have the chance to read it, you can't really make sense of it because it's all in legalese. So you're going to have to bite your tongue on certain things. But anyway, enough of the negativity, more of the positivity. I'm doing it so that I can share my world and also to share a lot of black businesses that I know and work with. I think post George Floyd, I think it's time the black community stood up and supported itself rather than relying on others to support us. If you have a problem with that, you have a problem with it. Put it down in the comments, whether you hate it, like it. It is what it is. I'm not going to change your mind. I'm not here to try and change your mind. I support my own. I support whoever supports me, basically. That's not just to say that I will only support black businesses. Obviously, you can't. We live in the world. You've got to share the world with everyone, which is what some people just don't get. Whether you're left, right, center, black, white, Filipino, Asian, whatever you are, we all live in the world. But anyway, I've been inspired also to get on here to share my thoughts and things that I'm interested in, basically because I've seen others do it and I've seen others being successful at it. And for example, whenever I go on YouTube, I always like to watch videos on comics. I'm a massive comic book fan, whether it's Marvel or it's DC or it's I can't remember who started making the Spawn comics first, but I remember I used to buy the Spawn comics when they first came out, and I can't remember the name of the company. But yeah, there's lots of different comic brands out there, but we all know that DC and Marvel are the main ones that everyone is really concerned about. One source of inspiration I have is Comics Explained. So the guy's name is Rob Jefferson, I believe it is. Guy's inspirational. He's really good at what he does. His videos are always tight. He's got a really good standard intro, and his voice, he's got a killer voice for explaining things. I think this guy, if he was to start reading the comics as like a bedtime story for children or for people who are interested in the comics, I know it might be a bit long and it's hard work, but yeah, I think his voice is just perfect for the medium that he uses. He's got all kinds of videos. He explains everything, the history, the current day events, the writers. When he gets really excited, you can definitely hear it in his voice. He gets very emotional. He's an emotional guy. He starts getting up and walking around with the mic as he's explaining things about comics, especially when he's really interested in a story or he thinks that the story is legit, really, really good. He explains about the writers and he explains about the histories. He also ranks the different characters based on their power levels, skill sets, and histories and stuff. Yeah, so it's really good to find someone like him online. I think he's got 1.91 million subscribers, so hopefully I'll be reaching those numbers one day if I continue this for that long. I'm not too sure how long he's been around, but yeah, he's definitely an inspiration. And he's got another channel called Pop Culture Explained, and yeah, he does his stuff and he does it really well. Another comic book YouTuber that I know is Dopespill. He's a bit more hood in the way that he speaks, and you can definitely tell he's very smooth with it. He does his stuff really well as well. The videos are on point. I can see here his latest video is The Return of Mr. E, King in Black, Symbiote Spider-Man Part 1 and 2. He's also got something about WandaVision, how Wanda could use the nexus of all realities. So if you're watching WandaVision right now, you can go to find out more information about certain things that other people think about the show. Another person that inspires me, especially when it's comic book related, is Blurred Without Fear. Now, he's your your geek's geek. Like, he knows his stuff. Whenever he does his comic book explanations, he mostly, in comparison to the other two, he will intertwine it with political issues. He won't be scared to actually inform you about the political histories or reasoning behind certain things that are occurring within a specific comic or book. So yeah, I like that about him. He's got a really good intro, and I'm just wondering where he got that intro from. So would have to maybe reach out to him at some point and see if I can get something similar. Rob Jefferson's his intro where he's like, "Let's begin." I love that intro because it's simple, it's catchy, it's authentic, and yeah, like I said, the voice. Outside of comics, other things that I watch on YouTube, there's a little bit of comedy. So people like Munya Chihuahua. Oh, this guy's really, really funny. I would say he's the UK's version of Dave Chappelle. He's very witty. He's on point. He's very political, and he just knows what he's doing in terms of comedy, and he actually explains things really, really well through his comedy in terms of societal issues and whatnot. Alongside him, you've got the likes of Mo Gilligan and a few others in the UK who have now become established comedians. They might not be established in terms of on the TV, but these guys are doing their thing, and I really, really I'm happy that they're representing the black community in the UK in that way, and they're just showing that we can do comedy too, and we can do it in a British black way, not just having to follow what the Americans have done before. Because back in the day, it used to be Def Jam comedy, and there were certain comedians who everyone else that was British was copying. So like you've got people like Richard Blackwood who back in the day used to do stand up and whatnot, but it felt like they're just copying what the Americans are doing. But now you can see that we've got our own plethora of comedians, and each one of them comes with their own sort of flavor, and they do things in their way. Like for example, Steve the Roadman.
What?
All of these guys, they do their thing, whether it's online, but they're representing the UK and they bring their own unique flavor to everything. And so Munya, one to watch out. Steve the Roadman, obviously. He's another funny guy. Really love the way he does his thing, and it's all very family orientated. So if you're family orientated, you're going to gravitate towards that, obviously. In terms of comedy, what I also watch on YouTube, you've got Abba and Preach. These guys are they are so funny. Their chemistry is really good. They've got a really good understanding between the two of them. They've been friends for a while, I would imagine, and they just work together as well, and they do things really, really well. They comment on everything. There isn't anything that they shy away from, and they're very opinionated, very vocal, and most of the time I find myself relating and understanding and seeing things through their eyes, because that's exactly what I would probably think about certain issues. Not all the time, but there's times when I don't agree with them. But yeah, they do their thing. They're Canadians, and yeah, I definitely would say I look up to them in terms of how I want my channel to go, and things that I want to do with the channel and produce. I can see here at the moment they're talking about stop calling this yoga. I haven't watched the video yet, but I can imagine it's gonna be funny. They do a lot of political commentary about various things, and they're not shy, like I said, and yeah, they're very deep thinkers. They're very mature, and they usually hit the nail right on the head whenever it is that they explain certain things. And so yeah, I love having the weekly videos that they put online. What else do I watch on here? Rants and Bants, when he did do his political stuff, I used to watch that as well. But that was through various other platforms, Facebook, Insta. I don't think he does as much political commentary as he used to before. He does mainly sports related stuff to do with football, especially. It's really good. I watched a little bit of Tony Baker as well. Really good, funny guy. Then you've got Big Jar. Big Jar, yes, this guy. Yeah, he is hilarious. Him, his crew, whoever does his writing, and the characters that he portrays, really, really funny. He has a lot of attractive individuals on his on his skits, and yeah, I'm just wondering where he gets them from. Is there like, does this guy have like a factory where he just goes, I'll have that one? But yeah, he's doing his thing. I think he's reached 2 million subscribers recently, and yeah, I love his stuff. He's very, very, very funny. It's not him and the people that he works with as well. So yeah, that's all the people that I'm gonna recommend now for you if you want to watch them on YouTube. In terms of entertainment, go out there and watch them. They're very, very inspirational to me. They're very funny. And I think if you want something apart from terrestrial TV, just go into that if you're grown like me. Not that I'm that grown, but if you're in your late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s even, if you want to hear about pop culture and certain references, yeah, you can look up all of these people in terms of your daily dose of what YouTube may be like. Now, obviously, you're going to find other places that you might get your entertainment from in YouTube, but yeah, these are the ones that I recommend, that, and especially that I watch, and in terms of promoting black businesses, because essentially these guys are running their own business online through YouTube. So yeah, and yeah, this channel is not just going to be about comics and whatnot. It's going to be random. There'll be times when I might feature certain things that I do as a dad, as a husband. There might be certain things that I do as a teacher on here. There may be fitness related stuff. There may be football related stuff as well that I might post on here. So it's going to be random, and it's not going to be specific to a certain thing. What's your advice? Maybe I should stick to something specific, or maybe I should just keep it random. By the way, what are the best video tools in terms of software. What can I use in terms of making my videos really good? What do you think? What advice would you give me starting out with my channel? How can I improve my audience? How can I improve the way I present? How could I improve subscription? Whatever. You just leave a comment down in the box and let me know. Oh, and by the way, yeah, if you're gonna hate, if you're gonna troll, hey, go ahead, do you, if that's what you're gonna do. I'm not really gonna stop you. Yeah, you go ahead, you do you. It will just improve the traffic to the channel anyway. So do you. Don't inbox me though. I'm gonna ignore you. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully this will be one of many to come.
I'm shining like a shooting star, shining like a shooting star.